Hi guys, so I just wanted to do a quick talk of everything I went through. So I'm going to turn the engine off now. So the problem started originally with she just wouldn't run right. And I tried changing everything. The revs were going up and down. She wouldn't tick over. She was popping on acceleration. Just everything about her was a nightmare. So at first I did just change everything. So the distributor, the points, the condenser, the coil. I did the plugs, the timing, I set the tappets. I did static timing as well. I even changed the carburetor. I wasn't getting anywhere. So I just thought, oh yeah, she was spitting out some black smoke as well. So in the end, I went for a proper top-end engine refurb. So I put the new Marley piston pots on, new pistons, new piston rings, and I refurbished both the twin port heads because they were very coked up, and that did fix my black smoke problem when I was revving. It only gave black smoke if I revved, but when I put it all back together again, it was still not going. It wouldn't idle, it was erratic, the revs were everywhere, and it was just impossible to drive, and then it kept stalling as well. So bit by bit I did all the obvious things that we're all told about, and that is the gaskets in here, tighten the bolts underneath the little twin port manifolds. I had brand new boots fitted, and I tightened the screws to make sure there's no air getting in. Same on that side. And if you can see it there we go. Decent Jubilee clips, not cheap crap ones because they don't seal. I even changed the petrol pump, which made no difference at all. So I bought a refurbed 31 picked original Solex carb. I just wasn't getting anywhere. So then someone said to me, buy some carb spray or brake spray. Where is it? I'll see the one. I got one off, right, let's just show you the van. So it's a Beetle engine with a Beetle gearbox. So it, you know, twin port 1600 or 1300. I think, see, I just bought some of that off Amazon. Because someone said to me, you need to properly pinpoint where the vacuum air leak is. So as soon as I bought that, I sprayed it over here by the manifolds, made no difference. Sprayed it over here by the manifolds, no difference. The boots, both the boots, still not getting anywhere. So then that brings me back to the carb. I sprayed it here, it was fine. But then when I sprayed it on the inner bolt, the revs were changing. So then I had found my leak, and I knew then that all me setting it all up was not going to work until I completely stopped the vacuum leak. So I couldn't get around here with a spanner because it just wouldn't fit on the bolt. The spanners were all too fat. So I made a spanner. I'm not sure if it's there. Let's have a look. So I got my grinder out, and I made this spanner. See, look how it's flat on one side. So I could tighten that rear bolt up. Finally, it's just right in there, behind there. And it was loose. It wasn't loose, but I got it nearly a full turn tighter. And then I sprayed it, and the revs stayed the same. So then I knew that I'd fixed the leak. So then I reset the plugs, the points, redid the static timing, and checked it with a strobe light. Obviously I adjusted the fuel air, which I find about 1.5 turns out for the large screw of air, and 2.5 turns for the small volume screw, so air mixture and fuel mixture. I did adjust the squirt on this because I did find that it was stalling sometimes, and I have, so when I got the setting so it was idling nice, so obviously I did the volume first, just so it sounded even, and then I adjusted the revs. I have found that I do like the revs a little bit higher than 850. Otherwise, I find at 850 it will stall when I pull up at traffic lights or pull up at a junction. So I find around 1,000 revs, he'll tick over nicely, and he's not stalling, because the stalling is very annoying if there's cars behind you, and especially if it doesn't want to start up again. So I think I fixed my problem. So the moral of the story is buy some spray, some carb cleaner or brake spray, and just spray and get rid of the air leak, the vacuum air leak first, numero uno. Then set it all up and you're good to go. So a bit of a boring long video, but I just wanted to tell you my journey. But I'm glad I changed the pistons and pots and rings, because they were very old and worn, and it gave me a chance to clean it all up. And to be honest with you, removing the engine was very easy. And the other thing I did notice is that having a proper stock air filter did make it run nicer. So I do recommend get a stock air filter, like an oil bath type, and don't use those pancake filters, they're rubbish. And that's it. I hope this helps someone, guys. All the best to you.